welcome to the call. I see people joining us. Welcome to the call. Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are across the globe. Thank you for taking the time to join us for that special hour of power today. Thank you for joining us. I am your host today, Sherilyn Boza Rowley from Trinidad and Tobago, and it is my pleasure to have been here with you all for the past week to share the love, the energy, the warmth, the information. And we continue to wish all of you all success in your ventures. Right, so I just got a note from Rico. He's going to be joining us shortly. Thank you and welcome to the call. Sit back, have your water, your tea, your coffee, dinner, whatever, and just join us. We love to impact knowledge on you, to help you grow your business, to encourage you, and to have your guest who may be on joining us as well. So thank you and welcome to the call. Thank you very much for joining us. Rico Colau is the Southern Asian Business Development Manager at Opulence Global and a seasoned practitioner in direct sales industry with over 20 years experience. As a driving force behind Opulence Global expansion into new markets across Asia, Rico is responsible for the growth of the business in the Philippines and beyond. We all know he has impacted all of our lives positively. He works closely with network of distributors in regions, providing support and guidance as they work to achieve their goals. Rico's commitment to building strong relationships with his team and fellow business leaders has been instrumental in the success of Opulence Global. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Rico Colau on the call today. Thank you very much, Rico. The floor is yours.
Wow, thank you.
Take it away.
Thank you so much, Cheryl. And I just want to commend you because I actually saw you hosting the very first time. I think that was last year when you took up the challenge of hosting, and you were just eager and willing to learn all of these things from the Zoom pictures, everything that you want to know about hosting. And here you are right now. You are a master of it already. You're doing it very well. So I just want to congratulate you for the transformation. I call it metamorphosis, right? Of how you have evolved over the years, over the months, and now here you are doing, of course, an excellent job in hosting. So I just want to commend you on that, and thank you so much for being our host for today.
And thank you, Rico, for pushing me into this position right now. It's been a fantastic journey. Love you all, and let me switch you all over to Rico now. Bye now.
All right. Welcome to each and everyone. I hope that you're having a fantastic Saturday. For those of you, it's already evening, all right, in Asia. And for some of you, it's still morning. So I do hope that you have a fantastic morning, fantastic day. And as you know, just so you would know, today is our CEO's birthday. Okay, so make sure that you send him some love, some greetings. And of course, he's a fantastic person, as you may know, right? So happy birthday to our CEO, our CEO with the heart of gold. So of course, send your greetings, send your messages to our beloved CEO. I'm sure that he will appreciate that. And of course, this is of course a special day for each and everyone. We are also having some events in different parts of the world. I know that we are having an event in Montreal together with, of course, our LD4 Rene Liao, who won't be joining us for today. And of course, today we're going to discuss, of course, the compensation plan. And I just want to thank each and everyone for all the love and support that you have given, particularly for all of our trainings. And we know that this call is basically very, very important when it comes to the growth of our business. It is very important because remember the tripod of belief, right? The tripod of belief includes the company, the products, of course, that includes the compensation plan. And this is one of the topics that we're going to share with us today. And why is it important for us to learn about the compensation plan before we dive in, particularly to the topic? It's because understanding the compensation plan is one of the most important foundations in building a successful business, right? So it's not just in our industry, but if you understand and know what you can expect by doing this business, then of course, it will allow you to have clarity on what you can achieve, of what you can, receive, particularly when it comes to doing our business. And many people fail not because the opportunity is bad, but because they do not fully understand how income is created, how it is, how the business is duplicated and sustained. Now, here are some reasons why understanding the compensation plan is very, very important. um, First and foremost, it gives you direction. The compensation plan is the roadmap of the business. So remember the pathway to Royal Lifestyle Director, right? That's the reason why we have it in each of the rooms in our offices, to remind us of our targets, to remind us of our goal. When you have a clear path towards how you can grow your business, when you understand it clearly, then what activities will produce income for your business, right? What actions are you going to do in order to create the long-term growth? And also, it allows you to understand how to prioritize your time and energy. So we call it income generating activities, right? So what targets to hit every week or every month or every year, right? Because you have to understand, without direction, people stay busy, but unproductive, right? You keep on doing a lot of things, but it seems like you're not getting the results that you want. Why? It's because we don't have a clear path on what we want to achieve. Okay. Now, another importance of understanding the compensation plan is it helps you build smarter, not just harder. Okay. So, a compensation plan teaches leverage and duplication. So, if we understand how the compensation plan works, instead of just working harder yourself, you also learn how to create teamwork, how to help others succeed. You also understand how the residual income is formed, right? And how volume and structure affects growth. So success becomes intentional instead of accidental. You have to understand that, because success is not happening accidentally. There should be some intentionality in order for you to achieve the level of success that you would want in your business. And another important thing why you need to really understand and comprehend the compensation plan, because as you understand these things, it increases your belief. You see, this business is very important when it comes to the belief system. If you truly believe that this compensation plan will allow you to be able to achieve all of the things that you dream about, okay, if you truly believe and understand that you are just a step away to the pathway to success, all right, and now you will have that confidence in not you believe in it, and have confidence in sharing it with other people as well. And then of course what will happen is people become more confident when they understand where the money comes from, right? How the bonuses work, why teamwork matters, okay, and how realistic the income potential is. So when you have that level of confidence, it creates conviction, and that conviction improves presentation and sponsoring people into your business. You see, when people see the belief in you, they will believe you, right? They have also we can transfer our belief system to them. Okay. And on top of that, it prevents frustration and unrealistic expectations. Now, this is very important because sometimes people tend to think about wrong expectations. All right. And when they expect something that is not within the opportunity that we provide, then that's the time that they get frustrated. Right. And of course, after the frustration, there's what happens is the attrition, right? Attrition means that you are losing people. Why? Because the level of expectation was not clearly um, communicated. So many quit because they expect fast results without understanding the process. Now, a good understanding of the compensation plan will help your partners, your people, your team. They will be able to set realistic goals. They will understand the stages of growth. Now, this is very important. The stages of growth, it doesn't happen overnight, right? So they have to understand that in the first few months, in the first few years of the business, we have to work harder in order for us not just to plant the seed, but to also nurture the seed, right? Nurture the growth of the plant. So it is very important that within this period, we need to stay patient during the slow seasons, especially during the slow seasons, and of course, focus on the consistent activity. And lastly, what I would want you to understand why it is important to fully understand the compensation plan is whenever you are presenting the compensation plan, it helps people see the bigger vision. Okay, so a compensation plan is not just about commissions, it's about creating freedom, right? It's about creating freedom that people long to achieve, right? Whether it's extra income, whether it's time freedom, whether it's financial freedom, whether it's legacy that they can pass on to the next generations. When they see it, they believe it, and it triggers more action, right? So when people see how small, consistent actions can compound over time, then they become more committed to the process. And I remember what Earth Nightingale says. Earth Nightingale says success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal. Okay? Again, success is a progressive realization of a worthy goal. When they see that the goal is worthy enough for you to accomplish, for you to achieve, then the how becomes much easier, right? And in business, understanding the compensation plan helps turns goals into a measurable strategy. And that's the reason why this is our topic for today. Every month, we're going to, of course, discuss the compensation plan training because understanding this will allow us to have those important things, right? The conviction, the belief system, and being able to understand the direction or the future of where our business will go. All right. So on top of that, I just of course a couple of weeks ago we had our boot camp training and team building, and that's one of the topics. And it just so happens that we have a new person joining us on that particular training, and we were able to discuss the different benefits of the compensation plan. And you know what happened? That person who joined us, she is not yet a member. She decided to come in as an LAP. Why? Because now he sees the future of where this business can take her, right? And if you are able to communicate that, if you are able to let the prospect see of what can potentially happen to her in the next 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, then that is what is important, right? That is what will make her, that will make them, join you, mainly because they are able to see the possible future that she can achieve, right? So, of course, this happens when we are able to present clearly the compensation plan. And this has already been updated, particularly our compensation plan PowerPoint training slide. You can download it in our back office under the training tools. Okay, so it's already been updated. So make sure that you also have a copy of this and be able to understand and present this. So you can always review it, and that's the reason why every month there is one session where we talk about compensation plan, because of course repetition is the mother of all learning, right? So whenever we hear this, I just remember when we were new a couple of years ago, right? I didn't fully understand it well in just one sitting. I have to repeat it again and again, and finally, right, when I am able to understand what the compensation plan is all about, I become more excited for myself first. And after that, I am excited to share it with other people as well. Okay. So that is what this call is all about. So let me do this in slideshow, and then we'll get right on it. Okay. So your pathway to Royal Lifestyle Director. This is our compensation plan. Now you have to understand that there are 4 categories in our compensation plan. Some people would just, settle for being a retailer. So that's okay. Okay. But if they are able to understand that it's not just about retailing, there are a whole lot of benefits when you fully maximize the benefits of our compensation plan. So it's not just about retailing, although retailing is already a very, should I say, profitable business, because what we have here when it comes to retailing are instant high retail profits. by selling a product, you can basically earn $20 to $30 already per item, right? So imagine that, $20 to $30 per item. And if you are, of course, selling more and more products, 100 items, so just imagine how much money you can generate, how much profit that you can make in your business. And that's the reason why a lot of people are already contented with their retailing business. But if we truly understand that there's more to it, like the wholesale profits, right? Whenever someone joins you, or whenever someone also wants to take part in your business, then of course there's wholesale profits. And then on top of that, what most people would really want in their business is what we call the residual income. Because we have to understand, we cannot work all throughout our life, right? There is a certain point in time that we can only work so hard. Okay, so what will happen if you are no longer able to work? Is your opportunity, is your business able to provide you with what we call the residual income? And this is very important because I remember what Warren Buffett said. Warren Buffett said, if what you're doing today doesn't give you passive or residual income, then you'll have to work until you die. Who wants that, no? So nobody wants that. We want to work for a certain period of time, put our 100% effort in it. And of course, there will come a time that the fruits of our labor will just be like a tree. You see, the tree, when you plant it, you nurture it, you grow it, time will come that this tree will keep on bearing fruits. Even if you don't like it anymore, it will still keep on bearing fruits. And that's what this opportunity is all about. And that's the reason why we are excited to share it with other people, because not many people understand the concept that there is an opportunity that can give it, that can give them lifelong residual income. And not to mention, we also have what we call the leadership bonuses and incentives. So it's not just about the retail, it's not just about wholesale. There are a lot of perks and privileges that are attached to our compensation plan. Now, some people are not able to get it mainly because they still do not understand how this works. But if we truly understand how each and every of these category works, then we can be able to maximize, okay, all of the things that we can achieve or receive from our business. Okay, so let's dive into these 4 sections of our compensation plan. Basically, these 4 ways to earn um, uh, have around 13 to 14 ways, okay, to make money in this business. Okay, so operating an Opulence global business is simple. Simply promote your e-mall. So that's the first thing that you need to understand. Once you have your own e-mall, all of the products are already preloaded to your own online shop. Okay, so this is already part of the package, and this is one of the things that we should also always emphasize when we are doing the presentations. It's not just about the product, it's also about the infrastructure. A turnkey business, global distribution, 200 countries and territories. That infrastructure is already provided to us. Okay, when people understand this, that they do not have to stress anymore on how to set up this infrastructure, it is already given to us, then you can immediately start your own global business, right? So all you have to do is to also promote that email preloaded with exclusive Opulence Global products. And you can do this by social sharing in person or using social media or other online platforms. Anywhere in the world, with even without any experience. Imagine that. So it gives hope to those people who doesn't have any experience, any knowledge, any training on starting their own business. Because what we want to emphasize is that this is a ready-made business. This is perfect for you, even if you do not have any experience or any knowledge at all, because anything can be learned, especially when it comes to our trainings, right? So that is also one thing that we need to emphasize, especially when presenting the compensation plan, because it's not just about, the different ways of making money. It's also the tools that we have in order for us to be able to grow and expand our business, right? So that is very important. So retail profit, this is the first way of making money. This is retail. This is income number one, right? So earn up to 59% retail profits on all personal VIP shopper purchases in person or online. When we say VIP shoppers, for those who are new here, VIP shoppers are what we call our customers. So they are not yet interested in building or doing the business. They are just interested in using the products. And the great thing about that is, as a customer, you can be able to set up your own online shop, okay? Your own e-mall, okay? But via the VIP shopper. So it's free. You don't have to register anything there. All you have to do is to fill up the VIP shopper details, right? And then, of course, you can be able to own your own shoppers, your own, what do you call this? Your own, just like in when you are shopping online, your own account. Okay, so that's the word, your own account, wherein you can purchase your products anytime, anywhere, even if this your sponsor is sleeping on the other side of the world. You can still make purchases through your own VIP shoppers account, right? And the great thing about that is when you make your purchase online, it will be delivered right through your doorstep. Okay, so that's the great thing about, our VIP shopper program. And as a partner, here's another thing that you need to understand. It is very important that you enroll all of your customers in the VIP shoppers account and teach them how to make their own purchase. Because this is something really powerful. Imagine if you have some people on the other side of the world while you are sleeping, and they are making their own purchases in their own VIP shoppers account. It is like that you have your business running 24/7. Even if you are sleeping, the system is working for you. Imagine that, right? And when they make that purchase, even while you are sleeping, the company is seeing all of the orders of your customers or your VIP shoppers. And they are fulfilling the orders wherever they are in the world. So that's the reason why it is very important for us to be able to present, okay, or to be able to register our customers in the VIP shoppers program, okay? And as a partner, whenever you have VIP shoppers purchasing in their account, then you can basically make an average of $20 per item that is being sold in your online shop. Whether it be health, whether it be personal care, whether it be fashion, whether it be our new products, the Divine, the collagen, and all of these things, whatever they purchase using their VIP shoppers account, okay, then the difference or the retail profit will go directly to your e-wallet. How amazing is that, right? So imagine if you have 5 items sold in your email, that's already $100 for you. Now, one tip that I would want to share with you is whenever I present the retail profit, I always present it just like this, okay? Because they have to understand that it's not just about earning one product, but you can have multiple purchases from one VIP shopper, right? If one VIP shopper buys 5 items in your online shop, all right, so that will give you what? $100 if the average profit is $20 per item. Okay. Now, what if you have more customers purchasing in your own email? Let's say they are already buying 100 items, okay, from your email. How would you like to earn $2,000? Now, what's important here is that they are already able to visualize what that $2,000 can help, right? Particularly in their everyday expenses. Right? So if they are able to see themselves generating that income, wouldn't it make them more excited, right? And that's the key for them to see what can potentially happen if this is already the scenario. If they're already if their customers are already purchasing 100 items in their own email, what would $2,000 do to improve your life, right? And of course, it doesn't stop there. In retail profit, there's also what we call infinity. When we say infinity, there's no limit, right? There's no quota on how many products you are just allowed us to sell in a month. Okay, so there's no limit when it comes to retail profit. Okay, so we are just on the income stream number one. All right. So another thing is, of course, we have the wholesale profit. Now, usually what happens is when satisfied customers, okay, wants to reorder products, what would they ask of you is, of course, they would want to get discounts, or better yet, they would also want to, of course, share the products, just like what you are doing. So the great thing about our business is that we are not a traditional business in the sense that we always share. We want people to also benefit what we benefit. So unlike in traditional business, wherein you just know how to get it at a wholesale price and then you pass it on to your customers, you don't want your customers to know where you get the wholesale price, right? But in here, we are actually sharing the benefits that we are enjoying. Okay. So this is what is really good about this the setup or the compensation plan that we have. So in here, when people wants to also enjoy your email, their own email, the discount in the products, you could basically share with them the different packages that we have. Okay, so we have the BP, the LA, and the LA plus. Okay, so basically you can earn up to 350 Canadian dollars. So this table is also very important for you to understand how much you are earning whenever someone purchases a package, okay, to you. Okay, so as a BP, when you launch a BP, that's $25. When you launch an LA, that's $100, and when you launch an LAP, that's $150. Now the advantage of becoming an LA and up, LAP, is you can generate a higher wholesale profit. Okay, so imagine an LA launching also the same thing, a BP, so that's $50. An LA launching an LA as well, so that's $300, and an LA launching an LAP, that's $350. And the same thing, there's no limit as to how many partners you can launch. Okay, so you can have also partners in different parts of the world, in US, in Canada, in Australia, in of course Asia, in Africa, in Europe. Okay, the great thing also about our packages is that it is uniform in different parts of the world. You know, in my previous company, just want to share a little bit of that story, is that whenever someone wants to purchase a package in different parts of the world, we still have to contact our contact person in that particular market so that we would know how much is the package there. And just imagine how difficult it is to build a business globally, right? But in here, we have what we call a seamless global compensation plan, wherein the same system is running in the Philippines, the same system is running in the US, the same system or package is running in different parts of the world. So whenever someone asks from other side of the world, right? They ask, how much is the LA? Oh, you can easily say it's 1,300. How much is the BP? Oh, it's $345 without hesitation, right? So that's the beauty about having a global, a seamless global compensation plan. You have the same packages all throughout the world, especially with the newly launched brand partner, right? So path to financial freedom, this is what most people would want, right? They would also want to build a business wherein, just like the example I have shared with you a while ago, and this is a perfect illustration of that. You plant a tree, you nurture the tree, you grow the tree, and time will come. The tree will just keep on bearing fruits, right? In this case, look at the fruits. So this is a wonderful, beautiful picture that we have, okay? So let's just skip this one. And of course, we're going to talk about the lifelong residual income, okay? The lifelong residual income is an opportunity wherein you do not just only earn from your own personal efforts, from your own personal email, but once you help coach, mentor, and nurture your team, then imagine the sales of your whole team on both legs through infinity, you will receive what? A commissionable volume. Okay? When we say commissionable volume, it means that you also earn financial rewards out of the sales of your whole team, not just not just the people that you sponsored. Okay, it means that your whole team, even the people that your contacts knows, right? Even the people that your contacts bring in to your business, even if you don't know them, they are what we call in the line of sponsorship. Every sales, every purchase, every repeat order, every shopping credits that they purchase becomes a part of your commissionable volume. So this is what the lifelong residual income is all about. Some people call it team commissions because these are the commissions out of the sales of your whole team through infinity. Okay? And for those of you who are new here, we use what we call the binary compensation plan because binary is the simplest and the most, what should I say? The simplest because you only need to build two legs, okay? And on top of that, it allows the saying teamwork makes the dream work, right? Why? Now you have to understand this because every sales that is coming from your team down the line, it becomes a part of your team CV, right? So let's say someone joins in as an LA, okay? So an LA basically has 300 CV. We call it commissionable volume. So that LA that joins you on the third level that has 300 CV, that 300 CV will be received by her direct sponsor, by their direct sponsor, by their sponsor, by your sponsor, and by their sponsor up the line, right? So each and every one of this in the line of sponsorship up to the upline, okay, will receive the 300 CV. How amazing is that, right? Okay. So one of the great features of our compensation plan is there's no volume cap. There's no what we call flush out. Okay, just for you to understand, some compensation plan, particularly in binary, there's a certain level where it got cuts off. Okay. So it means when it cuts off, you no longer have benefit on that particular volume. But to us, there's no volume cap, meaning down the line, whatever is produced in your team CV, it rolls up to you. Okay? So carryover of volume, pays to infinity, variable binary cycle payout, meaning that it doesn't have to be always balanced. Okay? So there's one third, two thirds, which we will discuss in a while, and there's no deranking. When we say there's no deranking, there's no demotion. Whatever is produced in your volume, okay, is still computed the same. So it means that it is not dependent on what your rank is in order for you to achieve a higher commission, right? So that's the great thing about this. There's no demotion and there's no deranking. Okay. So binary commission, how to activate your binary is, of course, you need to have at least 150 PV. What is PV? PV is what we call personal volume. When we say personal volume, these are the products, shopping credits that you purchased using your personal account. So whatever you purchased in your personal account, it becomes a part of your personal volume. That's why it's called personal volume. And if you have at least $150 worth of personal volume, then that's the first step for you to activate your binary tree. Okay. Now, the next step is that you should have at least a personally sponsored one on your left, personally sponsored one on your right, who is also on 150 PV. Now, this is the part where it is very important for us to always emphasize on the importance of being on Smart Buy. Okay? Now, there are several reasons that I have enumerated in the previous training on why it is important for you to be on Smart Buy. And some of them are number one, because every month you're going to purchase products anyway for your personal use, right? Whether it be health, whether it be personal care, whether it be fashion, you're going to shop each and every single month for you to be using your own products, especially when it comes to health, right? So if you have $150 on your personal purchase for your personal use, then that should no longer be a problem. Okay? Because why it is important to use your own products is because our business is all about credibility. Whenever they see the improvement in your skin, whenever they see the improvement in your energy, whenever they see how you are looking younger and younger, then then people will believe you more, right? People, you will attract these customers, right? So this is very important, the credibility in the business. You cannot sell products if you look sickly, right? If you look sick, right? So that is very, very important. Okay. So that's one important of the smart buy. Number two importance of the smart buy is that it allows you to have your own personal inventory of products, right? So your own personal inventory of products. How can you grow your business if you do not have stocks, right? If you do not have product inventory? Have you seen a retail outlet and their shelves doesn't have products? Of course, that's crazy, right? So same with us. if you want to grow our business, we should always have our own personal inventory so that when someone wants to purchase products from you, you will have outright products that they can give that you can give to them. Okay. And another thing is if you're on Smart Buy, then you will receive additional 10% discount, less on your partner discount, right? So that's an additional 10% for you being on Smart Buy. And we just finished our promotion last month, our anniversary promotion. That's exactly the reason why you should be on Smart Buy, because our Smart Buy partners were able to receive, on top of the 10%, they actually had 21%, right, on their Smart Buy discount. Okay. And on top of that, why you need to be on Smart Buy is because whatever CV is generated in your entire team through Infinity, it will be retained. It will not flush out. There's no flush out. Okay. So whatever you have accumulated over the years, if you are on Smart Buy, it's still there. Okay. It means it is accumulated until it is paid. Okay. So I talk about this very, very extensively because especially if you're a new partner, if they don't understand the importance of Smart Buy, chances are they're going to think that this is going to be just an expense for their business. If they think like that, then you don't expect them to be on Smart Buy each and every single month. But if they understand the benefits or the rewards or the or the things that they can get out of being on Smart Buy, then you can expect that people will be on Smart Buy each and every single month. And these two personally sponsored people, okay, will no longer be a problem. Because imagine if this becomes a culture, like if they are able to also emphasize on the importance of Smart Buy, guess what will happen? They can also have their two personally sponsored, one on the left, one on the right, to be on Smart Buy each and every single month. Okay? So that's the reason why in our perfect launch, I remember that the first step, okay, the number one step is for you to be on Smart Buy. Okay? So activating your binary commission, you are in 150 PV. Your left has 150 PV. Your right has 150 PV. Then, of course, you are commission eligible. Okay? So I think we have a question coming in here. Let me see. When do the cycles pay out for binary? Okay, great question, Nick. Thank you so much for your question, Nick. So the cutoff for the computation of our binary commission is every midnight of Sunday. Okay, Sunday midnight. That's the cutoff for all of the CVs that are accumulated for you on that week. The cutoff is on Sunday midnight, Canada time. And then it gets deposited, whatever the commission is out of those CV, it gets deposited to your e-wallet every Tuesday. Okay, so it's a weekly commission that you can expect every Tuesday. Cut off for the computation of the binary is every Sunday midnight, Canada time. Okay. All right. So as I have said, PV is coming from your personal products, shopping credit purchases, or personal VIP sales. Okay. So this is another important thing that you need to understand. Any purchases coming from your VIP shoppers is also counted to your PV. But you have to understand that you need to have at least 150 personal volume first. Okay. So it means that the $150, first $150 should be coming from your own personal purchase. And the rest, okay, the VIP shopper purchase is also credited to you. Okay. So calculated from the product's base price, referred to individual product for PV value. So if you take a look at your back office, you go to the shopping, whenever you click a certain product, you can always see the PV as well as the CV that is attached to that product. Okay. So for shopping credits, if you are purchasing shopping credits, that's the ratio is 1:1. Meaning, if I purchase $150 shopping credits, my PV is also 150. Okay. So that's the ratio of 1:1. Again, if I have $150 shopping credits purchased, that would also reflect to me as 150 PV because the ratio is 1:1. And another great thing about the shopping credits, since we're on the topic, right? Shopping credits is another unique feature in our compensation plan because when you want to purchase products, okay, it is not required that you purchase a certain type of product every month. Okay, it's not like just like in other companies, they're only allowed to purchase, let's say, one product every month. So time will come that they will be overloaded with these products. But the great thing about our shopping credits is you have the freedom to choose any product that you wish to have each and every single month. Let's say for this month, I choose Fountain of Life. The next month, I choose Divine. The next month, I choose collagen. The next month, I choose our fashion items. Then imagine that, right? You have the freedom to choose any product of your choice. You can even accumulate your shopping credits to buy any, fashion items that you want to save up on, right? So it's like a layaway program, right? So that's another great feature of our shopping credit program. Okay. So CV, on the other hand, is what we call commissionable volume. This is the volume generated from your team's products and shopping credits purchases, launches, and VIP sales. So basically, all of the products, all of the purchases of your entire team through Infinity, that is credited as your commissionable volume. And how to compute for the CV, it's 40% of the PV. Okay. And this is also provided to you, just what I have said in the back office. If you go to your back office, go to shopping, and under shopping, you choose any product that you want there. When you click on that product item, it will already give you how much PV, and how much CV is attached to that item. Okay. All right, so binary commission, once you already activate your binary, again, how to activate 150 PV, personal volume. You have one on your right, one on your left, who also purchased their 150 PV, and then kaching, that's your binary tree is already activated. And if you teach your team to do the same, then that's what we call duplication. Then what happens is you are now generating what we call the CV, all right, the team CV. And of course, comes from the team CV, you will now be able to generate what we call the team commissions. And the CV can be split 1/3, 2/3, so it doesn't have to be balanced always, meaning 1/3 of your volume is coming from the left and 2/3 are coming from your right, then you still get paid on the total volume. Okay, so it's not like in the conventional binary wherein there is what we call matching, right? If you have 150 PV here, 150 PV here, you only get paid on whatever matches. Then this doesn't have no bearing anymore. So imagine that. But in our case, even if it's just 1/3 on your left, 2/3 on your right, you still get paid on the total volume. It can even be interchanged, right? That's what we call the variable binary payout. Okay. And then on top of that, we also have, of course, between both teams through Infinity. Now, this is another feature that you should emphasize whenever you are discussing the compensation plan. Imagine Infinity. When we talk about Infinity, how deep is this? How deep are the levels that you get paid? Okay. So when we ask, do you think how deep are the levels we get paid in this business? When we say infinity, it means that there's no limit. And you can emphasize, imagine if you have also already 100 levels in your team. Okay. Imagine that all of the CVs of all these people through infinity becomes your CV. Okay. And I think whenever you are presenting the compensation plan, what word I often use is the word imagine, because I want them to think and visualize what can potentially happen in their business. So all commissionable volume are generated for all email launches, all team online product purchases, all of the shopping credits, all of the smart buy, every product that is purchased in your partner's email through Infinity becomes your commissionable volume. Okay? And here's the thing. Every time your team, not your email, your team generates 5,400 in CV combined, you earn the what we call the power cycle bonus of $400. Okay? So imagine that. That's no longer your own sales, that's your team sales. If your team sales through Infinity reaches 5,400 CV, you now have $400 in team commissions. And whenever you reach this power cycle bonus, you also receive what we call the marketing allowance privilege. Now, the marketing allowance privilege is credited in your back office, in your dashboard, and this can be used for your business expenses whenever you are building a team, supporting a team, so you can make use of that marketing allowance, of course subject for approval to our head office. Okay. Now, this is also what I share whenever where I'm presenting the compensation plan. It's not just about the one power cycle bonus. What will happen if your team duplicates? What will happen if your team expands, if your team grows? And let's say you now are generating in your entire team through infinity 10 power cycles. Okay? 10 power cycles. So how much CV will you be having if you already have 10 power cycles? So all you have to do is to multiply 5,400 CV, one power cycle, by 10. Now that becomes 54,000 CV, team volume. Okay? And of course, if you have 10 power cycles, you will also receive 10 power cycle bonus, right? So your $400 power cycle times 10 becomes what? $4,000. Now, again, ask the question, how could $4,000 impact your lifestyle? Because we want them to think of what can potentially happen. I know that they are also seeking solutions to their financial problems, right? And if they can find solution in this opportunity, then that can be the reason why they would want to jump in to this kind of business, right? And how much marketing allowance will you be enjoying if you have 10 power cycles, right? So imagine $600 in marketing allowance privilege. Okay? So you know what? Every time I present this, I already highlight the retail, the income, and then the team commissions. And then imagine if you have, let's say, $2,000 in retail commissions. If you sponsor 10 packages, that's $3,500 for you. So that's 5,500 already. And imagine if you have the team commissions. So you basically have this different streams of income coming into your business, coming into your e-wallet. Now, what can you benefit from all of these income streams? Imagine, right? Imagine if this can happen in your business. How can it improve your life, right? And then on top of that, we also have the different perks and privileges. That's where I come in, the leadership bonuses and incentives. You know what? Especially if they're new, okay? If they're new and if you're talking to a prospect and they would want to know more about the compensation plan, you don't have to complicate it. You just have to present it as simple as possible, enough for them to understand what can potentially happen should they decided to start their own business. And these are the benefits. Retail, if you have 100 items sold, that's how much? That's $2,000 for you. Wholesale, if you have 10 packages launched, let's say in a 3-month period, in a 6-month period, that's $3,500 for you. Team commissions, if you're able to generate 5,400 CV in your team volume, then that's $400 for you. If you have 10 power cycles, right, then that's $4,000 for you. Now, they don't have to understand everything all at once, right? You just have to be able to present them what can potentially happen in this business. Now, the training comes after, and this is the reason why we're having this, for them to understand how to maximize each of these things. But they don't need to see initially all of this training. You just be able to present it well. So I'm going to skip this. And also, this is another important slide that I show. This is what we call the power of binary. I also say it the power of smart buy. Sometimes I put it in the smart buy slide. Okay, why? Because imagine if you have people in your team who are just using products, buying $150 worth of products each and every single month. And what is that? Smart buy, right? If people each and every single month are on smart buy, let's say if you have 15 on the first month, 2 months, whatever the time period is, the next 6 months you have 30, the following 6 months you have 60. Imagine if these people, you reach 2,000 people buying $150 of products each and every single month being on smart buy, how would $10,000 help you improve your life, right? And mind you, the scenario is just people buying at least $150 PV. personal volume. To us, it's just equivalent to 2 bottles of Fountain of Life here in the Philippines. Okay, so imagine 2,000 people just buying 2 bottles of the Fountain of Life each and every single month. In your entire team, through infinity, you may not know all of these 2,000 people in your organization, right? They are just buying or using $150 worth of products in each and every single month. How would $10,000 team commissions month after month improve your life? Do you think this will get them excited? Absolutely, right? And then once you get to the different leadership perks and privileges, then you know what? They can see that, the reason for this is that they are able to see that, this is $1,300 package. This is $1,900 package. I have to just get started with those packages, and all of these income streams will be available to me. Okay. Once I work out the business, more likely it can be a done deal for them, right? Because they need to understand what's in it when they invest 1,300 or 1,900. What's the return for me? What's my return on investment? And whenever you are presenting the compensation plan, they now understand that what I put in, I can gain much, much more out of it. Okay? So I just want this session to be as simple as possible whenever you are presenting the compensation plan, so that your prospects can be able to also simply understand, why would I invest that much into my business, right? So whenever they see what the return on investments are, not just one way, not just two ways, not just three ways, but imagine 13 to 14 ways with just one package that you will get started with. Okay. So I have just covered these things in 1 hour, and I will end up with this. Now they see, right? They see unlimited retail profit, unlimited wholesale profit, infinity team commissions. These are huge figures. Okay. These are huge income potential. The question is, how would I get started, right? After I purchase my package, what's the next step for me? What's the next program? I want to earn that $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, okay? How should I get started? Now, we have a simple program that you can aim each and every single month. We call it the monthly global revenue sharing. Now, how this works is very simple, right? There are three things that you need to do in order to grow your business, right? What are those three things? Buy, sell, and launch, right? Cost transition, buy, sell, share it with other people, all of the benefits, and launch, right? So because launching is also very important in order for you to obtain new partners. And whenever you have new partners, you're already multiplying, expanding the growth of your business, right? So the great thing about that is we have a program that is specifically designed for that. We call it the monthly global revenue sharing. And you can make this your own personal target each and every single month. How do you eat an elephant? They see the big commissions. How do you get started with it? How do you earn $10,000, $20,000? By making your first $100, right? How to eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Now, how do I earn that first $100? Actually, the great thing about this is not just your first $100, but your first $500, $600 in the first month, okay? So how do you do that? All you have to do is, of course, to understand how the MGRS works. So the great thing about this is you do not only earn retail and wholesale, but the company also gives you a share, okay, in the global sales, in the global pool, okay? So how this happens is, of course, when you purchase $500 in shopping credits, okay? So remember, you are getting started with your business. You want, of course, to share to as many people your products, whether it be health, whether it be personal care, whether it be fashion, okay? $500 in worth of products is not enough for you to get started, right? So $500 in personal volume in shopping credits. And out of those customers that you have sponsored, at least sponsor one package, one LA or one LAP. And this is what will company give you, right? They will give you, you will receive, of course, the retail profit out of the products that you have sold. And you will also receive the wholesale profit out of the package that you have sold. Okay? So, and once you do that, you'll be given a one share, additional $150 for you. So basically, you're going to earn at least $650 when you do the MGRS. Okay? So that can be your first month target. And guess what? The following month target, you can again qualify because this is a monthly thing. You can always qualify for the MGRS every single month. And every time you qualify with the MGRS, guess what happens? You have more customers, you have more new partners. And what will your new partners do? What will you teach your new partners as well? Let them qualify for the MGRS as well. And once they do the MGRS, they will have more customers, they will have more partners, and guess what is happening in your business if this becomes a culture in your organization. And just like the computation I did, right? If you have 12 people in your team qualifying for the MGRS, that's already 6,000 CV for you. 12 people in your team qualifying for the MGRS, that's already 6,000 CV for you. 6,000 CV means what? More than a power cycle bonus. Okay? And usually I end up with this, and then I just discuss with them, of course, the other bonuses that we have, the leadership bonuses, like the car club bonus, the variance bonus, because sometimes all of these things are already too much for them to understand, right? So I will end up with this, and then after that, there will be, of course, a question, okay, asking them, so is there anything that you need clarification on? Okay, that's a very powerful question. Just right after you have presented the compensation plan to them, if they are asking for it especially, then by the end of it, you don't want to complicate what they think. You just need to clarify with them. Okay, so the question to ask is, do you need, are there any clarification that you would want to know with what we have discussed today? Okay, and then be able to answer them so that they can understand. Because again, when confusion sets in, inactivity starts to happen. So same is true when you are presenting this to your prospect. They don't understand what you are presenting, how the business works, how they make money, what can happen to them in the future. If there is confusion in the things that they see, then they will join. Inactivity starts to happen, right? But if they truly understand, and more to that, if they are able to visualize, wow, this can happen, guess how their excitement level goes up. Okay? So that's the key. If they are able to visualize what can potentially happen and they are getting excited about it, then guess what? You have more chances for that prospect to be closed. Okay? Okay, so do we have any questions so far when it comes to our compensation plan? Because I think it's already 10:58. So every Saturday, we do certain topics in an hour so that you can gain more knowledge when it comes to our business and sometimes when it comes to our products. So this time, of course, this is very important because I know that we have been having a lot of health seminars going all throughout this month, right? We saw the one where Ifra posted. Imagine in Ottawa, they have a sold out jam-packed room, right? So if people are already using the products, chances are they would also want to understand how can they get discounts, or better yet, how they can also do the business. Okay?
What a powerful presentation. What very insightfulness Rico has shared with us. This compensation plan has been expanded and made easier for us to understand in our back office. You do have the booklets that are available. I ordered mine, and it gives you an excellent platform to explain it, and they actually have something to go with. So take advantage of it. This is absolutely, every time I hear the compensation plan, I get more knowledge. I feel more comfortable with it. So, repeating it Hearing it more, it empowers us. And this is why we are very grateful to have dynamic people like Rico, unmatched. What an awesome trainer. What an awesome teacher. And we appreciate his time and the effort he takes, making this information easier for us to understand. So let's send some hearts, let's send some love. Let me get ready to share my screen with you all, and let's show that appreciation to Rico. He is unmatched, and we really appreciate it. We really appreciate him. Yeah. Yes,
Sorry to
Rico.
interrupt. I saw a question here in the chat box. Okay, so I
Mm-hmm.
just happened to be browsing our
Sure.
chat box, and there's a question: what are the promotions where additional earnings are possible with one's first 30 days? Okay, so basically that's a great question because people would want to know what can I earn within the next 30 days. If I'm going to start right now, what can happen in the next 30 days? So
Excellent.
basically, that's exactly the topic that I was sharing with you a while ago. Number one is retail profit. You can immediately share and sell the products and earn retail profits. Okay, you can make money immediately. Second thing is the wholesale profit. The wholesale profit is, of course, when you sponsor a package or when you sponsor a partner, you can earn wholesale profits. Number three is, of course, the monthly global revenue sharing. When you get started today, within 30 days, you qualify with the monthly global revenue sharing. Of course, you earn the retail, you earn the wholesale, and on top of that, you get the share of $150 per share, right? And another thing that I was not able to discuss here is whenever someone joins you as an LAP, okay, then you also get the opportunity to earn the variance bonus. And these are what we call the make money immediately, all right? Streams of income. So within your first 30 days, you can have access to all of these things within your first 30 days. And here's the thing. You can also mention this. And here's the thing, another 30 days, if you build it fast, okay, if you build it fast and you become LD1 in 30 days, then that's additional $500 for you. Okay,
Exactly.
imagine that. So all of these things within your first 30 days. So it's also very important for you to be able to share that. That's a great question actually by who's this? Hebron. Yeah, thank you so much, Hebron, for that question. So if you're able to present what can basically happen within the next 30 days, within the next 60 days, within the next 90 days, then chances are they're going to build it with urgency, right? Because if they know that within your first 30 days, when you become an LD1, on top of all these income streams that I'm discussing with you, you have the fast start bonus, $500. If you're able to become an LD2 in 90 days, that's an additional $1,000 for you. All right. So whenever we have these promotions coming in, it creates urgency. And that's a great way for you to build up on the momentum of your team. Okay. So just want to share that because I saw the question in our chat box.
Fantastic, Rico, for clarification, and we hope that we have clarified your question. We want to thank you all for your time, for the attention, for showing interest in Opulence Global, and for being part of this beautiful, unmatched family. So thank you, and God's blessings, favor as you continue the journey ahead. Right? Thank you.
Cheryl, sorry to interrupt. Before we end, I see some questions. I don't want the questions
So,
unaddressed in this call. Sorry, I just saw it right now. It says here, which part of the compensation plan should I present to prospects? Okay, so again, just make it simple. Usually, what I do is I present the packages first. And then out of those packages, once you become an LA or LAP, now you have access to the 14 ways, but let me just share with you 5 to 6 of these 14 ways of making money because we don't want to overwhelm, of course, our prospects with a compensation plan. Just like what I have shared earlier, shared with them, of course, number one, retail profit. Okay, every product you sold, you can earn $20 to $30. Imagine if you are selling 10, if you are selling 100, if you are selling 300. Okay, just share the income potential. Next one is the wholesale profit. Imagine if you have 10 6 10 5 10 packages being launched, so that's an additional $3,500 for you. Next is the team commissions. Whenever your team produces 5,400 CV, that's $400 for you. MGRS, and then variance bonus. Okay, so that's already five. And if you can still manage to become, of course, the fast start bonus as well. Okay, so these are the 5 to 6 ways that I initially present to them. And that's it. In order for me to make it as simple as possible whenever I'm presenting to the prospects. Okay, so the next question is, what is the smart buy required? So we have basically three smart buys, three qualifications. Okay, we have 150 PV. If you want, of course, to activate your binary, you can start with the 150 PV and maintain your CV on your main account. Okay, but if you want also to maintain your two shadow accounts, okay, then that's 450 PV for you. Okay, and on top of that, the 450 PV will give you access to the monthly global revenue sharing. On top of that, even with variance bonus as well, because for 250 commission boost and variance bonus, okay, that's 250. But if you have 450, which is even higher than the 250, then you are entitled to all of the benefits, all of the commissions. So basically, it's 150, 250, or 450. But of course, the best of all this is the 450, right? Cost transition. Take a look at what you're using every day, your shampoo, your health products, your personal care products, your fashion. The 450 is not enough. Okay, each and every single month, and you get, of course, to maximize all of the benefits in our compensation plan. Just a quick question to just a quick answer to address the questions that are placed in our Q&A. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone. So again, team, thank you so much again, Cheryl, for this amazing hosting that you have done for today. We're gonna see you still next week because, of
Yeah.
course, we're enjoying. We're enjoying, of course,
Thank you.
the hosting that you've been doing.
Thank you. So we always end with our family mantra. We say, one team, one
One
dream,
team, one dream, one system.
system, and billion
Building
the
the
billion.
billion.
Love you all, and bye now.